All right, now we are on Tuesday, the 7th, April 7th. All right, today you're going to have a writing prompt about being blessed. I'll show you that in a second. And then when you guys do that writing prompt, make sure you're drawing a picture to go along with it. Just do the best you can. If you have some colored pencils, crayons, markers, try to make it look good to go along with your writing prompt. All right, so the writing prompt for this week is going to talk about being blessed. All right, this is a time during Lent. All right, Lent is over this Sunday when Easter arrives. All right, it says during Lent is a great time to thank Jesus for the many good things in your life. Think about 5 things in your life that you are blessed to have. Explain why you are blessed to have these things in your life. You should have 2 paragraphs written. Remember, a paragraph should have at least 4 to 6 sentences before starting another paragraph. Make sure we are indenting. All right, I've seen most people indenting like they're supposed to. All right, but I still have a few people who are not taking the time to indent. Make sure we are indenting. If you have to, remember, use your 2 fingers and start your sentence right next to it. Okay? Same thing when you get to your next paragraph, wherever you are. Okay? So think about some 5 things that you are blessed to have. Maybe you're blessed to have a house to live in, a car to drive, food on the table. All right? Blessed to have great family and friends. Okay? So name 5 things that you are blessed to have. All right? Could be anything. All right, anything that you are blessed and like to have, okay? That your life would be different if you did not have it. All right, take your time on writing those. All right, remember we need at least 2 paragraphs. You can write more than 2 paragraphs. All right, but each paragraph must have 4 to 6 sentences before starting another one. Okay. Our next thing we have to do is our grammar workshop. Okay, the grammar workshop book. All right. So we're going to be doing those. So this should be lesson 29 in the book. Okay, we're on page 132. So we're comparing with good and bad. All right. So the top says the adjectives good and bad have special forms comparing. All right. We have good, bad, better, worse, or best and worst. Use better when comparing 2 people, places, or things. Use best when comparing more than 2. So a dog makes a good pet. A cat makes a better pet than a dog. A parrot makes the best pet of all. And then using worse. Use worse when comparing 2 people, places, or things. Use worst when comparing more than 2. Okay, so if you're only comparing 2, you're using worse. And if you're comparing more than 2, you use the word worst. All right, the rain brought bad weather. The sleet brought worse weather. And the ice storm brought the worst weather of all. All right, so on the bottom here for practice A, it says underline the form of good or bad in each sentence. Then write the word on the line. So for number 1, it says walking my dog Lucky is the best way for me to exercise. So our word that is comparing good or bad in this sentence should be best. So you're going to underline the word best and you're going to write it on the line. Okay? Pretty simple there. So you're going to do that for numbers 1 through 10. Okay. All right. Actually, I'm sorry. You can do that for number 1 through 5. Because then for number 6 through 10, it says write the form of good and bad in parentheses that correctly completes each sentence. So let's look at number 6. Our pet rabbit did the blank thing yesterday. It should be worst. The worst thing yesterday. Okay, so you're going to circle worst and you're going to put it on the line. Okay? So you're just picking the correct word from the parentheses. So pretty simple here. All right, for practice B, write the form of the adjective in parentheses that correctly completes each sentence. Okay? So number 1, the forest is the blank place to see woodland animals. So what form of good would we put? We would put best. The forest is the best place to see woodland animals. If you have to, you can go back to the previous page and it shows you good, better, best. Okay? So that's how you pick which one or which form. Okay? So you're going to do that for each one, 1 through 12. All right? On page 134, it says, Martin wrote this report about a class trip. He made 6 mistakes using the different forms of good and bad. Use the proofreading remarks in the box to correct the errors. All right, so you're just going to go through and you're going to find the 6 mistakes. Remember, there should be 6. when they use good or bad, okay, in those forms. Remember, if you have to, go back and look at the forms that they should be on page 132. We have good, better, and best, and bad, worse, and or worst. Okay. So that should be it for Tuesday. Okay. We had to do our writing prompt, and we had to do our grammar workshop book in the orange book. Remember, if you guys don't have this book, I have extra books at school. So if your parents come in to drop off your work on Mondays, or if they want to just come pick up the grammar workshop book, please let me know and I can make sure I have one available for you guys in the cafeteria. Okay? All right, if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys let me know. Have a blessed day.